This video right here is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare, the online learning platform with over 30,000 courses, can be yours if you click that link down below in the description, where you're going to be getting yourself 2 whole months completely for free to see if it's right for you. And I tell you what guys, it will be. A little bit more on this a little bit later on in the video. Earthworm Jim, the comic book, an Indiegogo project by the mastermind behind the superworm, Toejam Earl, started landing in the hands of eager fans during the month of December and early this year. This is one that I recommended in a previous episode, and looking at what people have posted on social media, it looks as if Doug has delivered and then some. Not only is the book stunning, but the box is too, and the response has been very positive. Also, I do want to quickly give a shout out to Rob McCallum too, the guy behind the box art documentary that started its life on Kickstarter back in 2006. The Blu-ray of this documentary finally got sent out this month. Here's my copy along with the poster, signed art card and soundtrack. And for those that don't know, yes, I absolutely backed it, but I also reached out to Rob and offered up my services, and I actually ended up getting quite a big role in every single episode of this documentary series. How cool is that? For those that weren't able to back the Blu-ray, you will be glad to hear that the show has already been aired in Canada, with talks of it coming to other channels across the globe. I can't talk too much about this, but for those interested, I'll leave a link to the project page down below and continue to update all of you in the coming months. And of course, we've got to be talking about Shenmue 4. Is it coming? Well, probably. Same goes for Shenmue 5 too, as its creator, the legendary Yu Suzuki, has said that he will never give up on the series, and it's what he wants to work on next.
For as long as there are those who wish to see Shenmue live on, I will never give up on my own personal journey to complete its story. As with Shenmue 3, the Shenmue story is with you. I sincerely hope that together we can continue to spin the tale of Ryo and his adventures in Shenmue 4.
We already discussed this last time, and you guys seem to really want this to happen, as do I. And if it did, the expected release according to some sites would be 2022, with yet again crowdfunding helping for the most part. Will we see a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo for Shenmue 4 in 2020? Only time will tell. Hey there guys, and welcome to Kick Scammer News for the month of December 2019. I've filled my table up with absolute rubbish from around the house, and now I'm going to be presenting you all of the ups and the downs of Kickstarter, Indiegogo and Gofundme of last month. So buckle in, because even though it was a fairly quiet month, there was a lot of shenanigans that went on the run up to Christmas. So let's get right to it. Hey there guys, DJ Slope here. Sorry to interrupt this very video, but I wanted to give a big shout out to this video sponsor once again, Skillshare. If you are not signed up to Skillshare, use the link down below to just make your life a whole lot better. Skillshare, in case you didn't know, is a website that you can sign up to for free, like I said, using that special link below, where you're going to be getting 30,000 online courses on pretty much anything. It doesn't matter what you're into or what you want to improve, you're going to be able to find out how to do it better on Skillshare, and you're going to be doing it for free for 2 whole months. Got to be done, guys. It's got to be done. I've used it in the past to boost up my social media presence. I'm currently using it to learn how to learn extra techniques in my video editing software. I want to make sure the audio is perfect in my videos. I'm currently writing a book, and those lessons are brilliant too. There's graphic design stuff. There's literally everything you want on this website. And like I said, using that link down below, you're going to be getting yourself 2 whole months completely for free. So just go and do it. What are you waiting for? Starting off the month of December, we're going to be talking about BitChute. And in case you didn't know, BitChute is, in some people's eyes, the biggest competitor to YouTube, and now eventually Twitch too. You see, it turns out that the site isn't just being used by political YouTubers, but is starting to get filled up with gamers too. And to help this gaming growth grow, BitChute has started crowdfunding to get better streaming services on their platform. Is this going to make even the slightest dent in YouTube or Twitch's massive streaming pool? Or is it yet another failed competitor? Moving further along into the month onto the 2nd of December, we get to chat about Star Citizen yet again. Because on the 2nd of December, after its big promotional month, it was reported that a new milestone was hit, and that milestone was $250 million towards the project. This whole thing is getting way out of hand if you ask me. But who am I to judge? People obviously still want to plough money into the game that was supposed to be released in November of 2014 with a goal of only $500,000. Like I said, guys, this really isn't for me, and I just find the whole creation of this game incredibly fascinating. As I said last time, a video will be coming of this if and when it eventually gets released. And a quick side note for anybody that uses Facebook regularly, not sure if it's the same for you, but my god, these adverts have been plastered all over mine recently. A little device that cuts the top off if you can so that you can use them like cups. Well, give that marketing team that helped promote this Kickstarter a nice big fat high five, because this bad boy ended up earning $595,789 on a project only needing $20,000. Okay, into the real juicy stuff now, as we move over to Gofundme. As it was on the run up to Christmas, quite a lot of families seem to go over to Kickstarter and ask for your help to help make their Christmas day a little bit better. And one particular project stood out over the others. This guy right here managed to pull in £3,320 to help pay for his 7 children's Christmas after his benefits were capped from $2,100 a month to only £699.50 a month in universal credits. They said they was ashamed and they didn't want to do it, but hey, they had no choice.
We're a young couple with 7 children, just trying to get back on our feet after becoming homeless, having to start all over again from fresh. We have been benefit capped to the bare minimum, and we are really struggling to get by. Our situation is much more of a struggle with Christmas being only a few weeks away.
Agree with it or not, at the end of the day, it happened, and it does happen quite often. However, what doesn't happen very often is after a campaign like this makes its way onto GoFundMe, family members and neighbours start to shine a light onto this family a little bit more.
I can't think of anyone more unsuitable to be asking for money,
said a neighbour who lives 2 doors down, also claiming that the smell of pot from these guys first thing in the morning would be ever present, and in the summer when hanging out the laundry would scream at the dad saying,
"Will you stop smoking that stuff and get a bloody job?"
Coming up next was the mother-in-law, who made her remarks well known when talking about the dad.
Ryan is a feckless liar who's trying to con the public into giving him money which he will just pour down his throat. No one should give him any money as he has a drink problem, and that's where it will all go. He will spend it all on booze. Anyone who has donated to the GoFundMe page should ask for their money back. He is conning the public with a sob story that is not true.
But from what I can tell, nobody did. Yep, the campaign page is still there, those donations are still there, and when asked about this, the dad, just denied all of these allegations. He also said that he was going to donate £1,500 of those donations to a charity, but denied to tell us exactly what charity he was going to be donating to. I'm not going to be chatting about this one too much because I'm actually going to be talking about this in its own video fairly soon. But the coolest cooler finally has an end to its long tail. Originally it was one of the biggest ever Kickstarters, covered by the likes of iDubbbz TV when he used to do this sort of stuff, gaining more than $13 million for the futuristic cooler, and now they have finally admitted defeat. Even though you could, and from what I can tell, still can buy the cooler on random outlet sites around the world, if you was a backer, you're not getting one. They couldn't get the funds to deliver this bad boy to backers and to the people that paid $185 plus all of the extra expenses along the way, got an update saying that the company is going under. And to say sorry, they're going to be giving all of those backers $20 back. And from what I can tell in the comments, nobody's got that $20 yet. It's time for an opinion piece. Oh yes, I bloody love Back to the Future. That's not up for debate. If you don't agree, GTFO. But what I do find quite odd is this. Yeah, this is apparently a Back to the Future themed watch, an official Back to the Future watch. Look, I mean, I'm somebody that buys a whole lot of crap. I mean, just look at this table. But this just seems incredibly pointless to me. Whatever it's doing it really, really well. And if you want to get one, you know, use the usual links that are down below to check this out and to check this out. As long-time fans will know, I'm quite the fan of gimmicky turntables, and this, in my opinion, actually looks pretty awesome. A completely Bluetooth turntable with a super minimalistic design. Here's hoping this one does well, as I, for one, cannot wait for the inevitable Tecmo video on this bad boy when it is eventually released. On the 11th of December, Gofundme praised Ireland and shamed the rest of the world by confirming that Ireland are indeed the most generous in their donations, followed by the US, Australia, Canada. The UK came in 5th, then you've got Switzerland, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Denmark and Norway in 10th place. So, here's quite an odd one, and I'm a little bit reluctant to actually show you guys this for obvious reasons. Because back in the later part of 2008, the comedic YouTuber by the name of Count Dankula decided to wind up his girlfriend by teaching her dog to salute. AKA, just hand out his paw every time he said the words, "Sieg Heil." Well, obviously his girlfriend was pissed, and so were quite a few other people too, as he ended up getting an £800 fine as he was found to be grossly offensive. Because of this, he started a GoFundMe to ask for donations to appeal this case, as he felt it was going against his human rights of free speech. And by the way, before going ahead, he has said numerous times that he is not an ESR. It was literally done just to wind up his girlfriend. But the interesting thing about this is that on the 12th of December, he actually put an update to say that his case got completely thrown out of the UK Supreme Court. Basically because it, I quote, had no merit. Count Dankula and his lawyer's next step is to take this to the European Court of Human Rights to appeal once again. It's time for something a little bit more upbeat, as the 13th of December actually brought two campaigns worth checking out. Firstly, you got a new pair of wireless headphones from JBL. The gimmick here is that these bad boys are solar powered. I mean, honestly, I can't tell you how good these will be, as it's on Indiegogo, meaning that yes, it's in its prototype phase, but you can be damn sure I will be keeping a close eye on them. And secondly, over on Kickstarter, Boss Fight Games, the guys behind plenty of awesome retro gaming books, including an excellent NBA Jam retrospective that I am slowly working my way through. Thank you very much to the author of that book. Well, Boss Fight Books successfully completed their campaign with the long-lost Atari book all about Breakout. It's obviously rather niche, as all of these books are, to be fair, and it's all about one guy's quest to master the Breakout game. It was released right around the time of the video game crash of 1983 and therefore is pretty much completely forgotten about. Quite simply, this is a reprint of that book. Boss Fight Games, good job on this one. It wouldn't be an episode of Kick Scammer News without bringing up some good old plagiarism, would it? Take a look at this.
Next.
This game is not Papers, Please. No, seriously, it's not Papers, Please. It is instead a game called Black Border. What do I honestly need to add here? Copying this genre isn't anything new, it's been done before, but this is almost exactly the same game. Oh no, wait, this one's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. Okay, I'll take it back. So, here's something a little bit odd. All of you Star Wars fans that hated on that last movie, you all forgot to back this Star Wars movie.
Star Wars: Yoda's Nightmare, a feature film taking place when Yoda escapes Order 66 to Dagobah, a swampy, misty, remote planet, leaving Master Yoda all by himself, except Yoda is not alone at all. Lurking from the shadows, rising from the swamps, is the indigenous Sith witch. Dagobah could not have been a more perfect world for the Sith witch that taunts, haunts, and hunts Yoda at her unwelcomed home. To make matters worse, the new Galactic Empire...
This is a joke, right?
This is the real deal. The world will get to see some of their favourite Star Wars characters come to life in their first live-action debut right here in Star Wars: Yoda's Nightmare.
Okay, let's pretend we live in a world where Disney's lawyers aren't planning on nuking this from orbit.
A nuke would be long and painful. I'd prefer if they used the Death Star. Wink wink. In all seriousness, this story's too grand for anyone to put a stop to, because it is something that is inevitable. Something historic is going to happen. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm guessing that we won't be seeing anything. Also on December the 4th, we go back over to Gofundme. This one's asking for $100,000 after Emma Bell was seriously injured after she was mugged with her handbag being snatched. The money was going to be used to ship her back home to specialist doctors and rehabilitation to help her get back on her feet and, all of that jazz. Problem was, not long after, it turned out that yes, the funds would be used for those particular reasons, and yes, the injuries were very much real, but the cause was actually down to a motorbike accident that Emma had where she wasn't wearing a helmet. GoFundMe have said that they will refund all of the backers due to the dishonest nature of the campaign in the first place, but looking at the campaign itself, that tally is still going up, which just goes to show that honesty pays. Now, this one is super strange. Out of the 500,000 homeless people in America, 88,640 of them are classed as chronically homeless. America has a homeless problem, definitely. What does this all mean? Well, chronic homelessness is used to describe people who have experienced homelessness for at least a year, or repeatedly, while struggling with disabling conditions such as serious mental illness, substance use disorder, or physical disability. This costs the government, according to reports on this particular GoFundMe, $4.3 billion a year. So the solution, according to the charitable organisation known as Citizens Again, is to build an entire city that can house 150,000 chronically homeless people with dedicated hospitals, healthcare, housing, obviously, entertainment, parks, movie theatres and loads more. Now, the confusing thing about all of this, other than just the idea itself, is that the goal for this particular campaign is only $50,000. So it can take the idea to government, but in the long run, by housing this mere 15% of the homeless population that actually took up 70% of the tax allowance for the whole of the homeless population, this radical idea technically would pay for itself. If you ask me, this whole thing is just so incredibly strange. I mean, I'm not knocking the idea. It's definitely a radical idea, and the campaign even states this itself. I just don't see how a city built up of homeless people is going to stay a safe city. Hey, what do you guys think? Is 2020 the year to finally get the ball rolling on building a city for the homeless? And here we are once again back on GoFundMe, but this one's quite funny, guys. We're going to be chatting about Zane Drayton, the guy that set up the campaign to pay for damages to a Denny's that happened earlier in the month when the band Wacko performed live. This is so ridiculous, and a brilliant bit of promotion too. Fair play, guys. The restaurant got damages paid, punk rock was revived once again, and everyone was happy. Just not the manager of that particular Denny's for a little bit. For some strange reason that I don't quite understand, LEGO seemed to jump into the crowdfunding pool at some point last year, the same as Hasbro and Loot Crate has also done. They went over to Indiegogo so you guys could back their next creation. And it was successful. The project was called Lego Former. Like I say, it was a campaign on Indiegogo trying to get their adult-aimed wiggly fish creation out. And on the 19th of December, it was reported that people actually started receiving them. Don't get me wrong, I mean, it's fine. It's just a bit odd that this was ever on Indiegogo in the first place. Regardless, I'm not gonna lie, I want one. The previously mentioned Original Sin board game ended on December 20th with a grand total of $1,845,411. On December 23rd, the popular Bloodstained Kickstarter put out a post saying that all of the bugs and issues that people seem to be finding in all of these different versions of the game that, you know, yet again, I haven't actually experienced myself, would be getting some updates. And they're going to be coming very, very soon. A robotic cat has absolutely blown up on Kickstarter on December 26th. Yeah, it's doing really, really well and still has quite a long way to go. I mean, obviously there is a market for this because as of the time of researching this, almost 100 people have dropped $649 each for this robotic feline. That is before it comes out to the public at $1,299 a piece. I mean, you know, jokes aside, it's the perfect thing for Kickstarter. I love looking up stuff like this. Obviously, I'm 100% not gonna back it, as it's, you know, not for me. But still, yeah, this is a thing that exists. And finally, on December 29th, You Died. The Dark Soul companion book completed its funding, asking for €50,000 and gaining €126,346. Never been a Dark Souls fan myself, but I know a lot of you guys out there exist. For any hardcore fan, this is probably worth looking at. And now it's time for my recommendation of the month. And honestly, I've got two that are worth talking about. One, where you play as a snowball rolling around a 2D world with stunning artwork and pretty cool looking puzzle platform mechanics called It's Nice When It Snows. Yeah, I really like the look of this one, going to be keeping an eye on this. And finally, for all you Stardew Valley fans out there, just like me, that feels like there's just not enough zombies in that game, the already doing well Zelda is probably going to be for you. The stunning pixel art survival zombie top-down shooter looks to be rather impressive, and again, it's something I will be keeping a seriously close eye on. And if this or anything in this particular video looks up your street, then go and check those links down below. And there you have it, guys. That is my updates on the ups and downs and the controversial and the good and the bad of December 2019 over on Kickstarter. A massive shout out goes out to my Kick Scammer army over on my Discord. A massive shout out goes out to Lobster Smashing on a Keyboard, also on my Discord. And finally, a massive shout out goes out to the subreddit Shitty Kickstarters. So guys, what did you think of the new Kick Scammer News format? I've tried to get more information in there without trying to take up too much more of your time. I want it to be a little bit more go, 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 go. Just straight away. I want your guys' opinion down below, and I hope you like it. I really do like making these monthly updates. There was a lot going on in December, which is good because normally there isn't. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, do hit that subscribe button. It's actually down that side, isn't it? Yes. Hit the notification bell, all of that jazz. But yeah, let's give an extra big shout out to all of the Patreons and YouTube members that help me out every single month. With an extra big shout out going to Gary Pinkett, Mantis, Ryan Burford, Andrew Dalton, Ben Jackson, Jonathan Hayward, Kevin King, Christopher Turnbull, Phil Lowlin, Samuel Smith, The Geeky Dad, Roven Army, Ryan Holtz, Retro to Next Gen, Hawk89, Dina, Robertson Dunn, Adam Lefty Taylor, Intrigues Gaming, Tim Labonte, Asobi Crime DX, Tim Lund, Pixels.Limited, aka Samuel Victor, Conrad Constantine, Pretendo64, Creamy Elephant, Casey Garner, Blitz Hedgie, Kinglink Reviews, Shadow Dragon, Bew Wrights, Jim Knapp, Shadow Dial, Game Apologist, Chris Applin, Wobbles and Bean, The Wonder Ducks, Ye Old Hamburglar, Dan Batty, Lucas Softail, Ronnie Method, SSWB, Solex Captor, Jeremy Rodriguez, Nick Pollard, Bram Perez, Marcus Kingham O'Cut Tyndall, Richard Carter aka Fantastic Dizzy, Todd Paul Float G, and of course Petty Mew and Trans Rights. I'm sorry I didn't say your name then, but I just said it now. Like I've said before, guys, if you want to get your name shown, get your name shouted out, then please do click the links that you see down in the description and in that top comment. If you want to be part of all of well, just seeing videos up to a week early, be part of the exclusive rooms in my Discord, be part of movie night reviews. We're doing fortnightly chats that get put up on my second channel, so you can be a part of that as well. There's a lot going on, and if you want to be a part of it all, then click those links that you see down below. Yeah, I think that's enough for now, isn't it? So yes, this is DJ Slobe signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.